Hello, hello, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, my younger selves. I know what it means to be on that side. I guess some familiar faces here. Yeah. So, here we are again to talk about the never ending journey. Some people abuse it, some people name it, some people criticize it, some people call it as unpredictable, some people call it as irrational. No matter what you call it, it is what it is. And you know about this, yes? And then, yes, of course, so we have all these things, the screening, and we know that how important it is. If you have given the recent exam last month, you know how important it is. And then you have the ultimate test, which tests. And then you have personality test, or the so-called the viva or the interview process, yeah. And different stages test different abilities in different candidates. It is not same for all, please understand this. UPSC though is singular entity, but it is not same for all. Preliminary exam though questions are objectively same, the question paper is not same for all, and so is the case with the mains exam as well. It is not same for all, and I'm sorry to say, but equality is a myth. Don't fall for that trap. Some people use this or misuse, abuse, overuse the term called as equality. You should take it with a pinch of salt, because in reality it is very hard to find. It is there, but it is difficult to accept it. So again you will be stuck, you will be crushed between the so-called eternal paradox called as the gap between ideal and real. Pardon, I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm sorry. I mean, nobody would want to on this side. Yeah. So you'll be eternally stuck between what people expect from you, how you should be, and how you are. You will understand this. It is an eternal universal paradox. But people speak a lot about these things, and their aim or goal is to establish utopia. What is utopia? Imaginary, perfect. You understand this? Flawless, ideal, unrealistic. You understand this? But then you look at yourself, your own life, and the way you want to live it is something different. And many people get stuck in between. You understand this? Expectation versus reality kind of, stuff. So take it again with a pinch of salt, because you will be stuck, you will be crushed between. For example, very simple, you come from your family and your family wants something out of you and you want something out of your own self. You understand this? Then comes society, social constructs like gender. Yes and no. You're a girl, you're a woman, you're a man, you're a boy, and then things go. Yes? Okay, anyways, getting back here. So different things and different dimensions here, and a few things we contribute to this exam out of interest, out of academic background. I come accidentally from medical science background, and then again UPSC interview has proved my abilities, my capabilities, and then once I believed that I gave my 100%, and that's when I stepped back. I thought that I could not give much more than 100%. It may be right for some, it may be wrong for some, but that's me, not you. You're not me, I'm not you, as simple as that. Yes and no? Yes? Well, been there, done that, big deal, doesn't make any difference. What is useful to you from people on this side is the experience of doing what shouldn't be, or what kind of mistakes we have done, and you should not do all those mistakes. You understand this? That is what you have to pick up. You get the point here? We have done mistakes. many people do many mistakes every day, and we have done concern with this. In various stages, we have done mistakes, and we have learned from those mistakes. Now, your job is not to repeat the same. You understand this? Maybe new mistakes you can do out of your own curiosity, and then do smart work, and then get out from here quickly. You get the point here? So, our job is to tell you what not to do. What to do is you know better, yes? And your job is not repeating same mistakes what others have done. So, please observe failures more than successful people, because failures teach you what not to do, how not to fail. Listen to failures, not successful. You understand this? Read between the lines, please. Yeah. Success doesn't teach much. If at all it teaches only one way of doing things. Failure shows you multiple ways of not doing it. Well, again, you choose your own devil, kind of, yes. So, there are many methods, strategies, pathways, to crack this exam. No singular strategy or path or method is foolproof or perfect. Perfection is imaginary, you know that, yes. It doesn't exist in reality. You get the point here? Different people have devised different strategies, different plans, which probably might have worked for them. You understand this? Yes. So, it's a polyvocal approach, not a monologue. You understand this? Polyvocal. It is not ideal. Real is what? There are different ways of doing things. There are different methods of cracking this exam. You have to understand this. If you observe the so-called candidates who have gone to the interview process, each and every candidate's approach was a little different from the other person, yes and no. Still they are right. So, you can still be different and same time you can be right. So, do not hesitate to be your own self and devise what works for you. You don't have to follow somebody else's path by living somebody else's life. Your strengths, weaknesses, your ideas, and what you want, what you want to extract from this is different, because there is no one like you on the planet Earth yet. You understand this? You are a single piece, limited edition, one of a kind. You please believe in this. So, you don't have to be like someone else. That's suicide, killing and not being what you are to become somebody else. I don't know how it is for you. You get it? So, try to be you, and that's what UPSC wants. UPSC wants you from you. Unique. So, try to keep that in mind. Yes. We don't have to prove it deliberately every time. You understand? Just keep that in mind. Yes. Okay. So, in that we'll be talking about many things, and today we'll be talking about a very important or significant or high weightage topic in the recent preliminary exam also. Around 20 questions we had from environment. 20 questions. High value, low volume, high value. Low volume means number of topics you need to talk are very less, relatively speaking. Of course, history is ocean, geography is ocean, economy, nobody knows what is this, and then polity, you know that, yes. Relatively speaking, comparatively speaking, the quantity of syllabus is relatively very less, but the weightage, the value it carries is humongous. 20 questions in GS paper. That's something which cannot be ignored or taken for granted. And recently, you know that you have seen the question paper, yes or no? It was a balanced mixture of facts and applications and contemporary developments put together. You understand it? Balance, please understand. It's a package. There are good things in a package. There are bad things in a package. There are worst things in a package, and there are best things in a package. Package. You have to look at it as a whole, not a singular thing. History was tough, environment was easy, economy was moderate. No, you cannot judge it in a isolated manner. GS is package. Yes. Okay. Getting back here again, the concept of what? The environment. Believe me, this mains is going to be pretty interesting for this. You get it? because the weightage for this subject in the prelim has increased, and so would be in the mains. Last year we had 4 questions from environment in GS3, you know that? Mains, GS3 last year we had 4. Usually we used to get 2 to 3 max. Last year we had 4. And in preliminary also this time, more number of questions came. That means weightage is increasing, whether you accept it or not, whether you like it or not. You get it? That means in the mains also expect more questions in GS3. And if you're lucky, you may get a question in general essay also. You can understand this. Okay, so environment, which is of course very popularly also called as what? Though it is not a synonym, the subject matter is also called as ecology. Now, for all the practical understanding purposes, it is important. So, approximately you get 15 to 20 questions in the screening test or preliminary examination, multiple choice objective, same questions for all, and answers also are given in the question paper. You know that. You just have to see what is the right answer and mark it. Both question and answer, both are given in the question paper. Isn't it a joke? Yeah, for some of you. You understand this? And some people cannot see, though it is present in front of them. Yes or no? Just like our orthopedics professor used to say, your eyes cannot see what your brain doesn't know. I still remember, it's been such a long time, but still I remember this dialogue. Yes? Your eyes cannot see what your brain doesn't know, though it is in front of you. That's a long shot. You have to think about it and apply that in your day-to-day lives. Yes and no. You see many people, but identify only few in the society. Yes and no. Kind of. Similarly, question and answer both are given in the question paper, but only few people would see what is the right answer, and many fail to see, though it is in front of them. So that's a simple thing, isn't it? Yes. Okay, 15 to 20 questions from this part, and 4 questions in the mains, a mixture of both 10 and 15 markers. You have to give answers in both 150 words to 250 words. Last year we had a very popular, very simple question called as groundwater depletion. People talk casually, about this. Factors responsible for groundwater depletion and contamination, and the so-called mitigation strategies for managing this issue. Very simple question, 15 marks, 250 words. We'll take that as an example, that is previous year question, 2025 mains GS3 question from this subject, and we'll try to explain how to answer. That is useful for you for answer writing practice, mains. And preliminary anyways, we talk about these things. So, in both question papers, weightage of this subject is increasing. It's high time you accept it and give its due importance and never take it for granted. You get it? So, it may look very simple, but be cautious. Don't fall for the looks. If something is very simple, there's a catch. Are you able to understand this? It is unrealistically simple. That means be extra cautious. That's a trap. You get it? And approach requires a fine balance between factual knowledge, conceptual knowledge, application-oriented analysis, and a fine-tuning and integration with contemporary developments or current affairs. A very balanced approach is required for this, and very few people would strike a balance in this. That balance is what is required. In the preliminary exam, you have seen, yes or no? Fact-based questions were there, and contemporary-based questions were also there. A balance was there. Yes, we'll see what it is. So, what is this? And now we have some idea why you should study about this subject. Why? Very, very important question. Why? You know that for screening, it is very important. The weightage is increasing. It is very, very important. It is becoming a game changer in preliminary examination. You understand this? And for mains also, the weightage is increasing in GS3. And from 3 questions, last year we have seen 4 questions. This year, maybe more than 4. And then maybe you can get a question in general essay and maybe in the interview process as well, you can have questions. Are you ready for it? So the new strategy, a new method, new requirement is preparing a subject in such a way that even if it is asked for preliminary exam, that is MCQ, multiple choice objective, you should be able to answer. If it is asked for a 10 marker, you should be able to answer. If the same question is asked for 15 marker, you should be able to answer. And if the same question is asked for a general essay, 125 marks, you should be able to answer. You will understand this. I'm sorry, it's not easy. Come on. Easier said than done. Same topic, how can you prepare for so diversified number of types of questions with different marks and weightage? That is what is required. Please understand this. So the material you prepare, the notes you prepare should be in such a way that it should help you to answer any type of question for any number of marks, because there is a possibility. This difficult or this challenge is not seen in many subjects or for many areas or topics, only for few. Yes. So okay, so we have these things. So that is the reason why you should study about this subject. Next is, what is this? What is this subject all about? So for your ease of understanding, we'll divide this subject into 5 different topics or chapters or the areas. It's only for your ease of understanding. Get it? Yes. Our approach is largely what? We would focus on the so-called concepts. Please remember, concepts doesn't mean facts alone. You'll understand this. Concepts doesn't mean facts alone, but includes facts. You'll understand this. So it would include facts and also those aspects which do not change over a period of time. You'll understand this. So those would be concepts which are relatively static, which do not change over a period of certain physiological processes or certain chemical or physical properties. Yes, certain scientific names and their properties. For example, last year we had a question on mangrove forests. This year in preliminary exam we had mangrove forest question on mangrove forest. Yes, statement based and very clear. Yes, 3 statements were there. First statement says that it filters salt water and prepares fresh water. That is not right. Aquaculture fresh water, that is not right. It is saline. It is ecotone. So concept of ecotone doesn't change, it is static. What is ecotone? A region, an ecosystem which lies between 2 different or other types of ecosystems at the junction. And based on this, we have had earlier questions like edge effect and edge species. We had questions on this earlier. This year also we had question on this mangroves. Mangrove forests are popular for having 2 types of plants or trees. What are they? Number 1 is Abyssinia marina. We had multiple questions on this pencil root system, breathing root system, and this Abyssinia marina is used in Unani medical science and Ayurveda, Siddha, herbal also medical systems. Abyssinia marina. You understand this? And then Sundari, Sundarban, you know that. Sundari. What is Sundari? Sundari is the name of the tree, plant. Yes? What is scientific? Heritiara fomes or Heritiara littoralis. Littoral swamp. Mangrove, other name of that mangrove region ecosystem is littoral swamp. A combination of both fresh water and marine water. You understand this? These 2 are the trees. We have a lot of questions on this. Breathing root system and Sundari tree, Sundarban, Abyssinia marine. They stop the tidal waves and prevent coastal erosion, and they slow down tsunami waves, and they conserve, they protect coastal ecosystems. They are home to wide variety of biological diversity, flora and fauna. For example, Royal Bengal tiger is endemic to Sundarban mangroves. Saltwater crocodile is endemic to Bhitarkanika, Odisha, mangroves. And Andhra Pradesh, anybody from Andhra Pradesh? What is that mangrove forest in Andhra Pradesh? Koringa, Korangi in Telugu. Where is it? And then Tamil Nadu, Pichavaram, you know that. On the west coast, do we have mangroves? That whenever you have a question, that becomes a question in the preliminary exam. Gujarat, mangroves, swimming camels, previous preliminary question. Look at that. So that's how it is. Many people would assume that West Coast geographically is different, hence we don't have deltas or plains. Hence, scope of mangrove is not there for West Coast. People would assume. Yes or no? But we do have. That becomes a question. Anyways, don't worry about it. Okay, concept. Why breathing root system is present in mangrove trees or plants? Because oxygen content in that water, salt water, is very less. For plants to survive, they take oxygen by modification, breathing root system, pneumatophores we call. You will understand this. So that is concept. That doesn't change. That is the meaning of concept. It is not just a fact, but a little more than that. Just a simple thing. Yes or no? Okay, anyways. Apart from this, we have something called as what? Based on concepts, we have second step of our preparation called as what? Applications. Applications. What it means for human beings in their everyday life. Why should they know? What is the use of it? You will understand this. In everything you will understand. Yes. For example, you talk about pollution. You know that Delhi air pollution is very popular globally. It is most polluted national capital city in the world. Is New Delhi. You know that. Congratulations. Yes. Because you are from India. Yes or no? And you have a feather in the cap or hat. Yes. So, application. What is the so bad thing about air pollution? That becomes application oriented. Water pollution. What is so bad about water pollution? That becomes application. Yes. Climate change. Why climate change is considered as bad thing? That becomes application. Please understand this. Biodiversity. Why you should conserve biodiversity? What is the use of biodiversity? That becomes application. You will understand this. Application. Why we should worry about something? Because we have stakes in it. Loss would hurt us, presence would benefit us. You will understand this. And how do we understand? Through applications only. You will understand this. So applications are very useful here, and many questions are based on applications. And third is what? You know that integrating these two things with current affairs. Many people call them as yes or no. Contemporary developments. Whenever something is in news, the concept and application behind it will become the question in the next exam. Whenever something is news, a plant or animal or any event related to environment. You get it? If that is in news, the underlying concept and underlying application becomes the question in the next preliminary exam or mains for sure. That is why you should study about them and integrating them. News item is never the question, but the concept and application behind that news item can be asked as a question. So if you understand this connection, the way you read newspaper becomes little different, and that becomes your preparation. So newspaper reading becomes current affairs preparation if you know the link between this. Many people read newspaper every day. Can they answer current affairs related questions in the question paper? Unfortunately not. What is the difference? I will give you same newspaper for you every day, and certain period of time I will give you to read newspaper. Same newspaper every day, that means every day same brand newspaper. Yes? 1 month you study. All of you same newspaper, company newspaper. And I prepare question from the newspaper only in the last 1 month. Only some of you can answer it, some of you fail to answer it. All of you have read the same paper. Questions also came from same newspaper. Then why some of you could answer, some of you fail? That is the difference. You get the point here? Likewise, you should connect these three. Only then newspaper reading becomes current affairs preparation. There is a difference. You get it? Whatever you do in your day-to-day activities should act or should be like a preparation. You see something, that should be like preparation for the exam. You talk to someone about something, that should be part of preparation. You think, you read newspaper, you do something, everything should be equivalent to preparation for this exam. Only then you can crack this exam. You should live through it. No wastage of time. You will understand this. I took this exam so seriously that I used to imagine that I am preparing for the exam. Even if I go to movie also, in movie theater, I used to see, oh, this can be asked as that question, that can be asked as this question. Yes. I took this little too seriously at that point in time when I was like you. Not sure about you. You get it? You're not me, I'm not you. You cannot be. You get it? Now, what I mean to say is, that's how you should, it's called as perspective. Yes? So, use everything, convert everything into your exam preparation. Then there is no wastage of time. And continuously 24/7 you are preparing for the exam. So, what people can achieve in 5 years, you can achieve in 5 months or max 1 year. Good or not? Oh, you like it? Thank you. Next, try it. Do it. And then you can help others also. Okay, so this is our strategy. This is foolproof strategy. Failure chances are less. You understand this? If we have this approach, you can apply this to many subjects, not all, many subjects. You can apply this. You get it? Okay. Next, getting back here. So, we, for our convenience, divide this subject into 5 parts. First part again, as we said here, so fundamental concepts, or we can call them as what? The basics. Basics doesn't mean ABCDs are 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll understand this. Not in that sense. Yeah. Yes. Fundamentals which are useful for understanding the other topics. You will understand this. For example, many people ask this question, yes, that recently, preliminary exam also. The mangrove trees, usually many people would assume that, okay, why mangrove trees? Let me give you one more simple example. Hussain Sagar, our lovely Hussain Sagar is there. Eternally stinking Hussain Sagar is there. Yes or no? You know Hussain Sagar? Please visit it once. If you come back alive in single piece, we'll talk. Yes. What do we have here? Water hyacinth. Anybody who speaks Telugu here? What is the name of this plant in Telugu? Telugu, not Tegulu. Gurrapu dekka. Datta. Pisachi dekka. Budaga tamara. Telugu, not Tegulu. Next time, think and open the mouth. Yeah. This is Eichhornia crassipes. Is the scientific name. Eichhornia crassipes. Yes. This is often considered as a weed, not the weed you smoke, but the weed you see on the water, blocking sunlight and causing the so-called eutrophication of or pollution of water bodies. But it is good in one way. It filters the water. And there is one more plant along with this, friend of this fellow, called as Pistia. Pistia. Yes. It is called as a water cabbage. Don't try to eat it. Yes, try something else. Pistia. These two are known as hyperaccumulators. They absorb and keep all toxins in the water within their bodies. So, in this process, what is concept here? This is application. What is the concept basic here? What is bioaccumulation? That becomes basic here. Are you able to understand this? So, they are hyperaccumulators, hence they try to absorb and store all the toxins in the water. In fact, they filter the water. Likewise, the mangrove plants and trees also filter the water. Now, keeping this in mind, preliminary exam this year, 2026 preliminary exam, screening test, UPSC Civil Services Prelims, they asked a question that mangrove trees filter salt water, make it to fresh water. True or false? Many people said, yeah, filter. Water filter? Water filter. You see, not all filters do the same job. They cannot do it. You get it? Those people who know the basics can answer that. Those people who study superficial things, they fail to answer it. They assume that filter, all filters filter. You understand this? So, yes, they do filter. They filter toxins, heavy metals from the water, not salt. Then, which process separates salt from water? Then you should know basic concept called as osmosis and a reverse osmosis. They become basics. Those things we discuss here, not ABCD 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the point here? Just trying to give you a glimpse of what is basic or basics in this subject. What is that we talk about? You get the point here? Okay. So, first is basics or fundamentals. What do we understand this? Terminology is very, very important here. So, terminologies. For example, many people don't understand the difference between environment and ecology. Many people assume that both are same. So, we try to differentiate what they are. For example, there is a very popular concept called as ecological niche or ecological niche. Doesn't matter how you pronounce American or British, as long as you know the meaning and application of it. Get it? What is niche or niche? Unique functional role, unlike anybody else or any other species. Unique functional role played by a species of plant or animal in a given region or ecosystem. You'll understand this. This year prelims we have had a question. Get it? For example, certain migratory birds are there. Yes, certain migratory birds come from Mongolia, Siberia, the northern parts of the world into our Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal, the northeast part of India. You'll understand this. So, what is the reason? How do we understand this? We had 3 statements under that, and only one or two statements were right in that. One was wrong. In that, concept of niche was present. So, terminologies. And mangroves ecotone. Ecotone is a terminology which is confined or limited to only this subject. So, those are terminologies. And then the concept of what? The structural and the functional aspects of ecology. And very, very important part we will discuss, that is governing principles. Governing principles. In many publications, in many YouTube videos, you will not find these things. Governing principles, limiting factor principle, homeostasis, or the conservation of energy principle. There are many governing principles in ecology. Should there be a question? Yes, possible. Yes. So, we talk about these things and we introduce the concept of what? Organizational levels. So, organizational levels in ecology, they start from what? The biotic components, the abiotic components on one side, and the concepts of individual, concept of species, concept of population, concept of community, concept of ecosystem, a very, very important aspect called as ecosystem approach to study our surroundings. Ecosystem is an approach. Okay, so once we are done with this, we talk about the other aspects here in the form of what? The types of ecosystems and structural and functional aspects of ecosystems in the form of what? Food chain, food web, ecological pyramids concept are also called as Eltonian pyramids. And then we have the concepts of bioaccumulation, bioconcentration, biomagnification. And then we have nutrient cycles or biogeochemical cycles. And then we have biotic interactions, positive, negative. We have had questions on that. And then we have ecological succession. So all those would become part of basics, fundamentals, which will help you understand a lot of other questions and applications. So that is first part. Second part is what we try to focus on, something called as the environmental degradation. Very popular nowadays. Environmental degradation is studied under two headings here. Environmental degradation means what? Decrease in the quality of natural surroundings, affecting plants and animals, especially humans. So when there is a fall or decline in the quality of our surroundings, including the quality of air we breathe, the water we consume, food we consume, or the soil and everything here, what happens? Our health gets affected, our food gets affected, and then that becomes a crisis. That is dangerous. Not immediately, but eventually. That is the problem. If something is not dangerous immediately, we would take it for granted. Yes or no? Think about it. It's called as dopamine toxicity. Anyways, we'll talk about them later. Yes. So, environmental degradation can be studied under two different headings. Number one is short-term, reversible, manageable environmental degradation called as pollution. So, second discussion would take us towards what? Pollution. Why this here? Because basics would explain you what is normal with our surroundings. What is normal? Once you know what is normal, you can understand what is not. Get the point here? You are supposed to know what is normal first. That is why during your childhood, your parents, your family, your neighbors, including your religion and all these things, they taught you ideals. You should be like that, you should be like this, you should not do this, you should do that, you're only in that way, not in this way. What are all these things? Normal. Now you say that they are wrong, isn't it? Yes and no. You challenge everything, yes and no, especially you people, Gen Zs. Let me not use the term cockroaches, but still, yes, somebody did. And you know what happened a couple of days ago, yes? Don't read the newspaper, live through it, prepare. You understand this? So, implications. So what kind of question you should ask? So and so something happened. So what? So what? Then the critical analysis part should come out. That means you are preparing for this exam. Don't accept everything. Question it. Okay, anyways. So, Gen Zs, I don't have to say, you question everything. Yes, and you question your own self, you question all the institutions, you question your parents also. Why that? Only that way? Why not this way? Yeah, don't you question all those things? And in that questioning, you derive satisfaction. And you look for plan B or alternatives continuously. It's okay, that's you. Come on. Yes, that's by choice, isn't it? Yes? Okay, not a problem. So, once you know what is normal, all these things, normal, then you can understand what is deviation from normal or deviance. It is like health and disease. For example, in first year, what do you study? Anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. You study all those things which are normal. Then second year, you see pathology, pharmacology, and then third year, medicine, surgery, and that goes. Deviation. So, first you study what is normal, then abnormal, then types of pollution, causes, classification, sources, and then adverse impacts on plants, animals, on humans, and then legislations regulating them, and institutions maintaining that kind of, or managing, mitigating pollution. All those things will come into picture. Yes. And then third is what? Second type of environmental degradation called as long term. Please remember, pollution is short term, reversible, manageable type of degradation. So, next is what? Long term, irreversible, unmanageable type of environmental degradation. Very popular. What is that called as? Ask your God. In question paper, many people, in exam, many people try talking to God. God, one exam, 1 year, one service enough. Please help me. Climate change. Yes or no? There is no question paper without a question on climate change. You can have a question on this in general essay, question on this in GS3, question on this in ethics also, because there is a applied ethics component called as environmental ethics. Yes or no? Applied ethics. 4 dimensions of ethics are there. What are 4 dimensions of ethics? Don't tell me what is ethics. The missing thing in civil services. Okay, anyways. So, climate change. Climate is changing. So what? Let it change. You have questions regarding consequences, adverse impacts, and how to manage it. And one more thing, you are the reason for climate change. No, I am not the reason. I am here to prepare for the exam, become IAS and rule the world and become rich and famous. Is your answer yes or no? Somebody say yeah. Of course. So what? That's why I wrote this in the beginning. Expectation versus reality. You will realize it at a later stage that you can never become rich and you may become unpopular. Be prepared regarding what you wished for, because opposite is waiting for you. Kind of, yes. Climate change, and because of which we have a lot of adverse consequences like erratic monsoons. Yes, that is also last year mains question answer. Erratic monsoon and deficient rainfall in many places is the reason for depletion of groundwater table. One important reason. So, climate change and pollution are 2 important aspects of triple planetary crisis. We will talk about all those things. There is a situation which is not imminent but eventually. Yes, a situation called as triple planetary crisis. There are 3 imminent and eventual problems to all human beings on the earth in the near future. Those 3 are put together in a term called as triple planetary crisis. Number 1 is pollution. Number 2 is climate change. Number 3 is loss of biodiversity. These 3 put together is termed as triple planetary crisis. So what? Hence, most questions in your preliminary exam as well as mains exam revolve around these 3 topics. Now, that is what is useful to you. Triple planetary crisis. And as usual, 4th topic would be about what? The concept of biological diversity. What is biological diversity? What is the use or benefit out of biological diversity? What are the threats concerned with biological diversity? And what are the mitigation and conservation measures, agencies, legislations and institutions and efforts, schemes and programs. All those things will be put together in biology. Of late, you have more questions from biodiversity. You understand this? For example, it is part and parcel of Amur falcon recently. It was in question, yes or no, 2026 prelims. Amur falcons are visiting Northeast India. Amur falcons, Siberia, Mongolia. Yes, Gobi. What is Gobi? Well, you know, Gobi Manchurian. What is Gobi here? A temperate desert. Siberia. Siberia is also like a temperate desert. Yes, frozen, permafrost. Yes. Anyways, they are visiting Northeast India. Not permanently, they are migrating temporarily only. You understand this? That's part of biodiversity also. Yes. There is a convention called as Bonn Convention. also called as CMS, Convention on Conservation of Migratory Species. CMS, also known as Bonn Convention. Amur falcon is part and parcel of conservation under Bonn Convention. You understand this? This part of biodiversity. Now it is a question, preliminary exam. We had a question. Hullock Gibbon. Hullock Gibbon was in preliminary exam. Yes or no? Hullock Gibbons. What is Gibbon? Seriously? Gibbon. Okay, guess. What is Gibbon? Gibbon. Seriously? Directly from school? Came here? Yeah? Depends which school, yes or no? I came from government school. Gibbon. I say you're also monkeys. I'm also monkey. Well, that's a long shot, isn't it? That's an ape, actually. Apes and monkeys are different, little different. Yes or no? Preliminary, we had a question this year. Last month you wrote, okay, maybe you did not write, but you probably might have had a look at the question paper and probably thrown it away. Yes? That's what I would do. What? Question out of syllabus question paper. Waste. UPSC, unpredictable. Waste. Many people are making videos on YouTube also. Hey, UPSC should not do like this. Then should give you IAS directly. Courier appointment letter to your home. Every damn Indian want to become an IAS. Yes or no? Is it possible? Why do you expect everything to happen according to your likes and whims and fancies? Do you think world is waiting to please you and to make you comfortable? Sorry, the opposite is fact. The world is trying to make you uncomfortable. Accept it. Every day. Yes or no? It is waiting to disappoint you, discourage you, trouble you, hurt you, harm you, kill you. You try to survive, not by criticizing it. UPSC is trying to fail you. Yes or no? Is it wrong or right? Don't look at me like that. Try to speak. Is it wrong? Why? Direct appointment letter they'll send you. Courier. Go. Collect it and join. Which district you want, madam? Your own? Office, your home? Given a choice, you would want that, yes or no? UPSC should try to fail you. You should try to pass. That is what is the process, the system. Is it wrong or right? That is the job of UPSC. And you know your job. You do your job because UPSC is doing its job. What's the point in criticizing it? You want the question paper to be easy, easy for all. Then that's what they're doing. That's what they're supposed to do. We should become better. We should become stronger. Be prepared. And we didn't even start the subject yet. You seem to be already wise. Yes? Okay. Biodiversity. Many questions come from this. Yes? And then fifth is, if at all you have any, we'll talk about the miscellaneous things. What do you mean by miscellaneous here? So, international organizations or institutions like United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, established on June 5th in Nairobi, Kenya in 1972. June 5th, you know? 3 days ago. People celebrated, updated their WhatsApp status also without knowing even the ABCD spelling of it. Yes? Why it is World Environment Day? Because on that day in 1972, during Stockholm Conference, headquartered at Nairobi, Kenya, UNEP office was opened. That is why it is considered as World Environment Day. Yes or no? Okay, yes. So, institutions, organizations, international, and then national. When it comes to national, we have certain legislations or acts. Acts. Air Control of and Prevention of Pollution Act, Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, and then we have a lot of Environmental Protection Act 1986, that after Bhopal gas tragedy. So we have a lot of such, Disaster Management Act, we have a lot of such acts or legislations. And then schemes and programs. Schemes and programs in India. And then various national level projects. National level projects, especially focusing on conservation of biological diversity, that is conserving flora and fauna. So we have a lot of such things in miscellaneous. We will add previous year questions also in miscellaneous, so that your preparation would be near complete or comprehensive. You understand this? And I would request you to integrate current affairs or contemporary developments whenever something appears in the news. You will understand this? So you should make note of it and then try to apply them here. These what will be discussed in the class, and along with that previous year questions. Don't expect that we will discuss about next year's preliminary exam questions also in today's class. Don't expect it. You get it? Yes. Next thing is mains questions. Mains. Well, syllabus remains same, but more of what? They require your analysis. Action oriented questions, not objective. They may become little subjective. Please understand this. Little subjective. That means subjective means what? Subjective means what? Subjective means what? Your view. What it is to you. What would you do? What is your opinion? How would you solve it? That becomes subjective. Objective means same for all. Objective multiple choice. Yes or no? Same for all. It is what it is. Doesn't matter what you think what it is. Subjective means keeping you as centerpiece. Descriptive it is, and little bit of analysis, little bit of your description or your applications are required. So how do we answer it? Very general framework here. First step, of course, we have, there is no hard and fast rule that you should present this in a point wise manner. You can present this in a paragraph manner also. Can be a combination of both. Yes. So first thing is what? So we can have something called as the introduction part. It could also be, depending on the type of question, it could also be definition of something, depending on the key word in the question. It could also be about definition. Yes. This should be seamlessly integrated with relevance. Why it is important, whatever is the key word in the question, why it is important to be discussed now. Yes. This can be done, this seamless integration can be done using certain data points or data pointers given by certain institutions or agencies or organizations. For example, regarding environmental studies, we have something called as India State of Forest Report is one such publication on behalf of Government of India. This conducts extensive surveys and publishes the so-called relevance of various regions in India and the floral and faunal condition in those regions, especially on forest ecosystems, and gives certain data pointers which can be understood by laymen or common people. Numbers, data pointers we say. For example, when the question read last year, mains question read regarding groundwater depletion, the Central Water Commission India gave a data pointer that more than 331 water bodies in India are in completely depleted state. And it also gave that rural and urban water consumption patterns have changed radically over a period of time. Over irrigation, increase in population, cultivation of water intensive crops like sugarcane and rice increased. So, water consumption from groundwater is 95% of rural water is extracted from ground, and more than 65% of urban water needs are fulfilled by groundwater. When you say something in terms of numbers, often it looks impressive. You get the point. It becomes convincing. That is the power of data pointers. That is how you can seamlessly integrate introduction with that of relevance. According to Central Water Commission report, or according to Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change report, or according to India State of Forest publication report, right? Relevant thing. Whichever organization or agency or publication is concerned with it, use the data pointers. The data pointers can be approximate numbers and need not be exact numbers. It is trivial because numbers keep changing. Hence, it is trivial. Numbers are not important there. They indicate something. Are you getting the point? That is how you can integrate these two. That is what is the first step of your mains answer writing concerned with environment. First step. A good start, you understand this, becomes an impressive beginning. Well begun is half done. Well begun is half done. Then all is well, that ends well. It doesn't mean that you should not write anything in between, but still. Yes? So, just understand these small tricks which we learned after failing. Lucky you. Yes? So, writing these two is okay. But how do you do it? Now you have the cue. Yes and no. Now you have some idea how to do it. Yes. Second is what? Then get into the main body of the answer. For example, groundwater depletion. The question has two important parts. Factors responsible for depletion of groundwater and the mitigation measures or management. You understand this? Now you have two areas, two subheadings in the body of the answer. Factors responsible. Try to have 3 or 4 or 5 factors here. For example, rural, urban and industrial factors. Natural factors, human induced factors. You will understand this. Immediate factors and short-term factors and long-term factors. You have the side headings ready here. Depending on the question, keyword here. Are you able to understand? The question what we are taking here is a 2025 GS3 question. What is that? Regarding groundwater depletion resulting in a crisis situation. So, question is in two parts. Factors responsible for this and also mitigation and strategies to manage this crisis. Two parts.